Scoob came to theaters nearly 2 years ago. Meaning I'm exactly on time. I think everyone here knows who Scooby-Doo is. I think everyone here knows that Scooby-Doo is a TV show starring 4 teenagers and a cartoon dog trying to solve mysteries. I think everyone here knows the basic plot of unmasking the villain and revealing that it's Old Man Jenkins. I think everyone knows the basic characters of Fred the Jock, Daphne the Pretty Girl, Velma the Smart Girl, and Shaggy the Hungry Guy. I think everyone knows that the Mystery Machine, while Fred drives it, is owned by Shaggy since he's actually old enough to own it. I think everyone here knows about Scrappy-Doo, the most nihilistic little dog that I've ever seen. I think everyone knows that Scooby-Doo is owned by a cartoon company called Hanna-Barbera, which was founded in 1957 by the creators of Tom and Jerry, William Hanna and Joseph Barbera. I think everyone knows that some of the other properties that Hanna-Barbera owns includes Fred Flintstone and the Jetsons, and Yogi Bear. I think everyone here has a basic understanding on what Scooby-Doo is, whether you know it from the live-action movies, the original 60s cartoon, or maybe one of the more recent cartoons like Mystery Incorporated. You know who doesn't know Scooby-Doo? The people who made this movie! I'm probably gonna butcher this, but Scoob was directed by Tony Cervone, a director who's worked on Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated? Tom and Jerry? Animaniacs? Fantastic Mr. Fox? Those are some of the highest rated cartoons of all time. I can't believe Tony Cervone worked on Scoob with this backlog. No. It's gotta be corporate meddling. What else has he worked on? Scooby-Doo meets Kiss. Tom and Jerry Back to Oz. The Flintstones versus WWE. Okay, so not a perfect output, but he's worked on a ton of great things. Just not as director. He was part of the art department of Fantastic Mr. Fox. He was an animator on Animaniacs. And the stuff he has directed, I'm sorry, I will never speak ill of you again, Fred Flintstone versus WWE. Maybe the cast will save it. Scoob stars Will Forte as Shaggy Rogers, Frank Welker as Scooby-Doo. In case you don't know, that's the original Scooby-Doo's voice. Zac Efron as Fred Jones. His last name is Jones? Sorry. Zac Efron as Fred Jones, who also was voiced by Frank Welker, but not here. Okay, Mark Wahlberg as the Blue Falcon, Jason Isaacs as Dick Dastardly, Kiersey Clemens as Dee Dee Skies, Ken Jeong as Dynamite, Tracy Morgan as Captain Caveman. But wait, I hear you saying, those aren't from Scooby-Doo. And that's where I say you're absolutely wrong. These people know what they're doing. I mean, look, they got Cerberus, the classic Scooby-Doo character. Cerberus, the guardian dog of the underworld. Don't you remember his funny interaction with Shaggy back in the day? Maybe you're asking, hey, where's Daphne's voice actress or where's Velma's voice actress in that list you just gave us? They're not even in the movie that much. They basically forget about Daphne, Velma, and Fred, even though I already mentioned Fred, in the movie. Because they're just not as important as Blue Falcon from Blue Falcon. You know, that character. Not from Scooby-Doo, but from a subsidiary owned by Hanna-Barbera. And that's when the ugly truth of this movie shows its face. This is not a movie. This is a lazy corporate attempt at setting up a cinematic universe with characters that you already know. Before I can delve into how spectacularly they fail at making this cinematic universe, we need to talk about Scoob the movie first. Scoob stars, who else? Fred. After being told that they can't be together by Simon Cowell, it couldn't be like someone else? Couldn't be like, hang on, here's a pitch I just came up with. What if instead of Simon Cowell because he's famous, what if, just a thought, I just thought of this, what if they were trying to apply for a world-renowned mystery-solving club, like a ranking of different teams around the world that solve mysteries, and the inspector said that Scooby and Shaggy were the ones holding him back, instead of just Simon Cowell.
I really hate Simon Cowell!
After sulking in a bowling alley, Scooby and Shaggy are terrorized by robots that look like the company is just trying to make money. I mean, look at these things. They just scream, "Make me a plushie." After narrowly escaping, Scooby and Shaggy team up with Blue Falcon, another character owned by Hanna-Barbera. Blue Falcon and Dynamite help emphasize why a Hanna-Barbera cinematic universe just wouldn't work. Take a look at Iron Man, Captain America, or Thor. While each one has a different set of powers, villains, and ideologies, each film feels like they could exist in the same place. The main reason the Marvel Cinematic Universe worked so well and is one of the only functioning cinematic universes out there is because heroes and villains from that series can help coincide with other ideologies of different heroes. For example, if you saw What If, you remember that there was an episode where Iron Man met the villain of Black Panther. Those two coincided really well because they both had an understanding on how to help each other, even though the villain was eventually gonna kill him. Scooby-Doo is a mystery-solving series for kids, and Blue Falcon is a superhero series for kids. There is not a lot of things you can do to combine the two. Batman can work with this. Batman is a mystery-solving superhero, but it's not mashing two different characters together. It's taking one character and using it for multiple purposes. Now, with all of that in mind, I ask you, what does Blue Falcon bring?
You've got one job, pal.
Jokes. He brings jokes, and not good ones at that. Do I think Blue Falcon could have worked at all? That's a tough question, and it's mainly due to the fact that Scooby-Doo and Blue Falcon are fundamentally different. It's easy to compare, say, Captain America and Iron Man because they're both superheroes with a similar set of ideologies in the same cinematic universe by the same company. While Scooby-Doo and Blue Falcon are owned by the same company, one is a mystery-solving dog with no superpowers, and the other is a superhero. It's not easy to compare the two because they're so different. But, as I questioned, do I think Blue Falcon could have worked? Honestly, when I really think about it, I've been thinking about this for a while, but if I really think about it, there is one thing I can think of that could have made Blue Falcon work. It has been a common theme throughout Scooby-Doo that Scooby and Shaggy are cowards. They are scared of everything. They are scared of shadows and they are scared of monsters, yet their friends drag them on these monster hunting mysteries with shadows. The live-action movies understood that there needed to be a serious moment where Scooby faces his fears and stands up for his friends. What if Blue Falcon didn't act as this super hip and radical dude, but instead was even more scared of Cerberus than Scooby-Doo, and then Scooby could step up and be like, "Hey, leave my friends alone!" I'm not gonna attempt to do the Scooby-Doo voice, I'm just gonna butcher it. Speaking of Scooby's friends, Shaggy is kinda deplorable in this movie. After being told off by Simon Cowell, he just kind of talks about how much he dislikes Simon Cowell, which, I agree with. I don't like Simon Cowell, but do something about it. You're just sitting there talking about how much you dislike him. Afterward, when Scooby and Blue Falcon team up, they have this idea where they're trying to get Shaggy and Scooby, to have a little breakup scene and go, "Come on, Scoob, you're my best friend, man." But it just comes off as super unsupportive here. I see what they're trying to go for, but they really mess it up. Instead of making Shaggy feel like he's being left behind as Scooby gets more egotistical, Shaggy makes the situation an ultimatum, which is why? Are you making Shaggy deplorable because you want Scooby to retain brand friendliness? I just don't understand. To which you ask, surely the other friends aren't as bad, right? And I will say yes, they are not as bad here, because they're not there for that long. After splitting up from Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, they have maybe 3 to 4 scenes. They have a scene where they talk to the bowling alley lady and try to talk to her about Scooby and Shaggy getting chased by robots. Then they have a scene where they're driving in the desert before getting kidnapped by Dick Dastardly. Then they have a scene where they get off Dick Dastardly's ship. That's it. That's all they get. Well, I guess they get to be in the climax, and by that I mean they get to sit in the background as Scooby gives a little sad message. There is a joke on Dick Dastardly's ship where Fred says, "Jinkies," and then Velma gives him a weird look and he goes, "What?" But the main reason that doesn't work is because Velma doesn't say it in the movie. Ever! Not once! That's just bizarre to me. That just doesn't make sense. I mean, I understood it because I'm a Scooby-Doo fan, but imagine you're a little kid and this is your first time watching Scooby-Doo. Also, like 3/4 of the movie in, they try to introduce Captain Caveman, which I can't even remember what he's like. I can't remember his personality whatsoever. I just remember that he was there for a few scenes. That's how little he impacts the film, and yet I know he's owned by Hanna-Barbera and they're trying to set up a cinematic universe. But you can't give your character like 10 minutes in a movie where they do nothing and then expect to get a whole audience ready for a new cinematic universe installment. It just doesn't work that way. Okay, let me take a break from complaining and let's talk about the animation. I think Shaggy and Scooby-Doo are very fluidly animated. I think Shaggy looks good in motion. I can't hide the not complaining. Why do some stills look so ugly? I don't understand. Shaggy is so easy. You've got the live action one, you've got the 60s one, you've got Mystery Incorporated one. Why does Shaggy look so ugly in certain shots? Is it because I'm pausing at the wrong moment to emphasize this? I don't know. I looked at the official render at this image and he looks so weird. I can't hide it. I can't hide not complaining. Why does Shaggy look so weird? Why is Fred's face so small? Why is it so small compared to the rest of the size of his melon head? For as little as Velma is on screen, she is not nerdy or awkward or weird in the slightest. Every time she's on screen, she looks confident and ready to do whatever. I don't understand. Am I wrong? Is Velma not nerdy? Have I been wrong this whole time? I don't know. Okay, calm down. There has to be something I can praise about this movie. There has to be something good. There has to be something they did right.
Yes.
I can say with certainty that they did something right in this movie, something I genuinely enjoyed. Not found funny to laugh at, not something ironic, just I think they did a good job. I think they did a really good job with Dick Dastardly. Granted, I've never seen the show Wacky Races, so I don't know if this is really accurate to Dick Dastardly, but he's fun to watch. He's like this weird mix between cartoonishly villainous and bumbling, and it's fun to watch. I think the actor actually had fun playing him too, which, helps me have fun watching him. Additionally, I think what they did well was the opening segment with Kid Scooby-Doo and Kid Shaggy and Kid Mystery Inc. Despite the fact that it gives me Scooby-Doo Babies vibes, like that could be a spin-off. God, I hated Camp Coral. I feel like they did a good job. It does a fun job emulating what the original show felt like. Just fun romps with a mystery theme. But how funny is the movie?
Trace amounts of mustache oil, 12-year-old scotch.
Ugh, is the bad guy my dad?
Is the joke that Daphne's dad is an alcoholic? And has a mustache?
I don't think it's funny.
The movie is not that funny. I'm sorry if you thought some jokes were good. I thought the IKEA joke was okay, but even then it's mostly just due to Frank Welker's performance and less of the actual writing.
IKEA!
Falcon Fury! Did you say IKEA?
Nope, I said Falcon Fury, just like you.
And, Dick Dastardly is fun. As I said, I think they did a good job with him, but some scenes with him are just not funny, dude. For as much as I like Dick Dastardly, it's really hard to laugh at some of his scenes, especially when he's juxtaposed against these little minion things. I swear, every time I'm about to compliment something, they ruin it. Like, I'm watching the Captain Caveman scene and I'm going, it's fun to watch, the animation is very well done, and everything feels like a classic cartoon. And then Captain Caveman stops and says,
"Dang, those are some dope wheels."
And I just stop the movie there, and I pause, and I take a break, and I have to come back later. Now here's something I just thought of. Scoob deals a lot with the supernatural and science fiction. So did the show Mystery Incorporated, but I really like Mystery Incorporated, and I don't like Scoob. Why is that? Well, I think it has something to do with the fact that Scoob is a movie and Mystery Incorporated is a TV show. With the TV show, they have time to give you fun one-off romps with hints at a bigger story before explaining and then giving you the big finale. Scoob doesn't have time for that. Scoob needs to jump right into it. They give you one fun romp with the kids' forms with the kids, but after that it's just kind of right into the science fiction, and then at the end it turns into supernatural. If they had more time to establish it, maybe it could have worked better. And here's something else that I've just realized. Scoob doesn't have a mystery. For as basic as a plot you can get with Scooby-Doo, the kids solve the mysteries, they forgot the mystery! Unless you really want to include the end with the fake out that Dick Dastardly is actually Simon Cowell, who is actually Dick Dastardly. But no, other than that, there's no mystery. There's no clues. There's no scene of Velma going, oh, this leads into this, which leads into this, which means our culprit is, you know what I mean? There's no mystery. Mystery Incorporated was so good because on top of having an overarching mystery, there were episodic mysteries. You could watch one episode and get the idea of, oh, it was Old Man Jenkins. And then there's a little scene at the end that helps farther along the major plot. Despite the compliments that I've just given, 5 fun minutes and 1 well-written and funny character is not going to save this movie. I can't hide it. You already know. I dislike Scoob. I wish it was better. I was actually hyped for it when it was 2019 and it was announced. I thought it would be fun. Namely because I didn't see any of the Blue Falcon / Dick Dastardly stuff on trailers, but in conclusion, A, Scoob fails because the creators failed to understand what made Scooby-Doo Scooby-Doo in the first place, and B, please go watch Mystery Inc. It's really, really good.